So much. Tristana Sorrenthus, yes, house on fire. Certainly not a room on fire. And Astralis versus Cloud9 is about to go down. I'm joined by my co-caster, comrade, and all-round nice guy. It's Henry Greer, everybody.
One of those things is true. We'll move into the first round here. Indeed, Astralis on the T side, they've got 3 smokes, Alex. So that suggests to me they'll be finishing up towards A. You don't necessarily need 3 smokes to be bomb site unless you want the smoke for the post plan, which I just don't think that's going to be a thing, for me at least, right now. So we'll see how this one pans out. Just to note, Golden has the kit and the smoke, just in case things get a little bit problematic. Can also use that in the mid-rounds as well, but ideally wants to chuck the smoke on the bomb for a post plan if it comes to it. They are actually heading towards B here. The Molotov for new boxes. And remember, one smoke for spawn, one for coffins, and then you've got that third smoke for post plant, I suppose, if you need it. You don't necessarily need that at all to enter the bomb site. We'll see which way they are inclined. Magisk, he's the one with the smoke and the HE. So he'll HE towards coffins, I'd imagine, first here, Alex. We'll see if that's the case.
Does that smoke keep them at bay? My initial reaction is no, and, well, they seem to be stagnating. Oh, Golden dunked out of this one. He is gone. Forgotten, and cajunB, well, he's going to have to do something quite heroic. Couple of bullets through the smoke don't connect, and now Vice, he was the initial B player. He's being Molotov'd, he's being flashed, and he's being fragged. Device has no fear and nearly no bullets. Still gets the frag as Rush is on the retake. Catches Xyp9x, that's banana control back for the CTs. They start their advance. dupreeh, he does have one very low. A bullet would do it, but backs away. They have the numbers, and I mean, that's... The way this round starts is a summary of how it's likely to end unless Rush does something crazy.
Yeah, that was a masterclass. Just like I said, that third smoke for post plant as well, that's exactly what they've done. A double HE to kick things off. Nice kill from Rush just to know, but he almost had no chance of winning that one. What a fantastic round from Astralis there. So the double HEs, they kind of showed us how powerful grenades can be in Counter-Strike. Last year, the beginning of 2018, they showed us the true potential of HE grenades, especially on Inferno. I haven't seen many kills towards coffins like that. I've seen damage being done. Yeah, I've never seen a clean kill like that. It's very difficult. 2 grenades to find a kill on an armored opposition. They managed to do 100 damage. There's the replay. Golden just blown out the water. And that's, of course, it's a cue to go in. If you get that kill, you're going to go through. And there will be a force spam response. Don't hate that on Inferno. You can play like a gun round. You get the CZ armor. You've got 5 smokes as well. And it's trying to hold them off and run that clock down as low as you possibly can.
And a fun little tidbit of information for anyone wanting to replicate that in your matchmaking games is they boosted on the little wall, the banana wall, in order to get the elevation for that nade. I think one, if not both, were on that wall to some extent. This is exactly the boost I'm talking about. Magisk giving us a nice little demonstration. In fact, he might even be doing the lineup. Here you go. Take note, kids. That's a different one.
That's just boost, I think.
That's a quick nade towards the CT boost.
Yeah, they've got some really cool little grenades. You can bounce grenades to first oranges towards. You can do Molotovs towards the new boxes, of course. You can nade towards Emo as well, towards the back left. There's plenty of things you can do if you know the tendencies of the CT defense there. So that first nade doesn't do a ton of damage, but here they go towards middle, smoke down, Molotovs as well towards Boiler. They've flashed up and they've got mid control, so looking good for Astralis right now. In terms of Cloud9, in terms of stacks, they don't have a massive amount. They have 2 players towards B, one in transition. That's going to be automatic, and a Molotov there going to be thrown towards what looks like apartments to me. It doesn't land. That's a very technical Molotov. Doesn't quite make the mark, but that's okay.
I mean, this is all just smoke and mirrors at this point. Astralis, they've got mid control, they're nading A, and now they're about to take B. All in the space of about 10 seconds. Smoke starting to land. Vice and Golden looking to make up for their previous failings. I say failings, you can't really consider getting double naded a failing. Vice, however, finds some success. Just the one. Automatics there with a second with the CZ. Device is even fragging him with the USP. He doesn't care. UMP on his back as he finds his way into the site and finds that bomb down. Retake coming from Banana as cajunB first to challenge and first to fall. Rush, 3 frags in that first. He's looking for his 4th. It enabled him to get this SMG. What can he do with it? Oh, it's a good frag. It's an upgrade, but it's only 46 points of health.
Indeed. He has got the kit and an AK-47. Might as well give it a go. At least see if he can find another frag. Round pretty much out of reach at this point, but an AK-47, he's got a kit. If they do somehow get in a post-spawn situation that's viable, that will be fantastic going forward. But unfortunately for him, they are going to be pretty much full eco next round. At the very most in P250s. To go with his AK, but Rush, on his day, I will go into that statement a little bit further after this, but on his day, he can be absolutely electrifying with a rifle. He has a crazy good aim, but he is such a streaky player, I find. Like, he has amazing days or days he's almost not even there on the server sometimes, which is the problem.
It's been a while as well. I mean, I can actually bring up his rating. We can actually see if we can put some, money where our mouth is, some numbers to back that up. But it does feel like Rush, I mean, yes, he has games where he truly does feel like just this train who can take a site on his own. It's been a while, though, and I'm going to look into that while we get ready for our next round. To recap what Astralis have been doing, though, we had a nice little stack nade towards B, and then a posture A hit B.
Absolutely. I like that Molotov towards the end of the balcony as well. That's a cool idea, just to push anyone off that position, so it takes vision away from the apartments especially. Didn't land, but it was a cool idea. They win the round. It was an expensive one to some extent, but as I mentioned, not really much investment can be made here by Cloud9. But the rush on an AK, if they make a mistake and walk into his crosshair, could be problematic. He does a little bit of damage, but takes even more in return. He is down to 28.
Yeah, and as we continue to see this round unfold, you realize just how stacked up against them this round the odds are. Astralis, they can take their time. They'll just find those fights, those unarmored CTs. Cajun, he is just an unarmored USP in Apps, and dupreeh, he played the waiting game long enough to find his first frag of the game. This is a best of one, most best of threes though, so don't panic. You know, just one best of one until they get deeper into the bracket, and then they'll be playing best of threes from then on out. Excited to see how this this whole tournament plays out. We've got some big names and a lot of unanswered questions here.
Pro League, always one of the absolute mainstays of the CSGO calendar. It really is turning into an exciting event. Has a great regular season now, no longer online. It's all land-based. It all culminates here in France, and it's going to be a great tournament. I can feel it. You can see the odds not looking too forgiving there for Cloud9, understandably so. They're going for their own roster turmoil right now. A lot of rumors flying around as to what the future holds for this team. I love this boost. This is one of my favorite boosts Rush is doing right now at the back of the site. It means you can just jump up, get a quick kill, and you won't be in too much danger, actually. There's the first, and unfortunately for him, Magisk is an excellent player. The rifle does go towards Vice with no armor. He'll be taken down with a jump shot of Glaive. Close range of the UMP. 10 seconds left on the plant, but not a big deal. That boost, if he had 100 HP, I dare say maybe Rush gets 2, but good for 1 kill, and it was a round they probably weren't going to win anyway. It's going to be Astralis, a 4-player surviving here. Automatic will be dropped towards Banana and Golden. Same treatment at Coffin. So Astralis with the 3-0, but they have no real bonus situation here. They don't have loads of MAC-10s and SMGs here, so their money's not out of control, but it's decent.
And I did my homework.
Go on, what have you got for me?
So Rush, 2019, he's had 2 positive events of 9.
Okay.
That's LAN. That's LAN events.
Sure.
2 of 8. I think I need to correct myself because I recounted. But yeah, the only performances successfully he's had has been in kind of domestic soil. It was the North American Pro League, which was played on LAN, I should remind you, and the iBuy Masters.
Yeah, it's certainly been a difficult year, I'd say, for his career ever since the heady days when Optic were lifting trophies. And
yeah, I mean, I'm looking at 2018. There isn't red to be seen. And so, yeah, just indicative of a quiet year. And that's not, there's so many different factors. We're not just, you know, criticizing the player himself. There is so many things, so many stimuli that can influence a player's performance. Already Vice gone, though, and that's first blood that he's going to be regretting. Now leaves Golden relatively alone to this. He has had a rotate come in, though, and already Golden burns to a crisp. Device's Molotov is all it takes. I think tagged up by him as well. But 5-3 with 70 seconds still on the clock.
Yeah, this is where Astralis do their best work. You won't see them make many mistakes in these sort of scenarios. Sure, this round is still possible for Cloud9, but how do you even set up? A lot of teams have to take a gamble stack at this point. They have 2 players towards B, but at this stage, Astralis, with still a minute on the clock, the majority of the utility, they'll just let Device just probe, just see what's going on, see if he can bait out another smoke from them. On that side of the map, they have Automatic and Rush. Those guys have just 2 flashes between them and an HE. They have no smokes, they have no incendiary. That nade has to do a load of damage, which it does. They needed that. That helps things out somewhat, but it's still a 5 versus 3 here.
Rush has to be more than 1. It's not even that. Magisk catches him. No headshot necessary. Now they start to cross. Automatic spray through the smoke is not enough either. Cajun, the first frag of the round for C9. There is a degree of a rotate. He's still on A. They're divided. They're hunting down dupreeh, but the bomb goes down elsewhere, and now this is at the end of the round. Automatic, he was looking to try and support his teammate in saving, but now dupreeh, he's behind enemy lines, and he's got himself 2.
Another clean round from Astralis. They get the early 5-on-3. Cloud9 trying to take the fight to the Danes. And on Inferno, you've got to be very brave to pull that one off. If Cloud9 win the pistol, they get all the money. Automatic gets a nice early AWP. He's very good at finding opening picks and getting that confidence up. But if they had to start like this in the best of 1, I don't think there's a massive chance they'll make much of a dent here on their CT side. I'm saying 5 rounds, for me, is top end for them on the CT side. After this start, 5 would actually be like, all right, at least we got something out of this. Astralis, once they get going, they start showing that lack of respect for you. That's when you're in trouble. But there's always a chance Cloud9 can steal one of these rounds away. The Deagles, the CZs, they're very problematic on a map like Inferno. All it takes is one player to be a little bit overzealous, give his rifle up, and Cloud9 have the talent to do enough with 1 rifle.
The story starts with 3 of Astralis gathering towards Banana. The bomb is not committing with them, but the smokes are starting to fall in. How much of the communication is there? You can see Automatic is starting to rotate to respond to this utility. Bomb, I remind you, is not there. HE goes in and does touch up just a little bit of Glaive's HP down to 75. Firing. They're not hiding this. They're trying to make this as clear of a B presence as possible. And it's got Automatic looking a little lost. You can see just knife out, walking back and forth. That's the sign of unknown for the defenders. I have a question, Hank.
Go for it. I love questions.
So you know when I'm going into like a matchmaking game and I feel like the players I'm playing against are much better than me. Like I have the knowledge in my head before I go in.
Okay.
These guys are really good.
I know where this is going. Yeah,
and you know, Cloud9, they're not stupid. They go into this knowing that they're coming in as an underdog. Like their team's, you know, in ruin. There's rumors of potential roster changes. That's all in their minds as well. Excuse me, as well. They're going up against Astralis. Surely that's something you have to shake if you plan to succeed here.
You can't. They're not stupid, right? They're not going into this saying, "Oh, we've got a real solid chance of winning."
What do you say? What do you say?
They'll just. Unfortunately, it's the old cliche. They'll just play their game. They know they have got a solid Inferno, but as you mentioned, the main problem for me in this that we know roster changes are coming with Cloud9, right? It's difficult for me to believe that all of them are fully invested mentally into this tournament, thinking, "Oh, we can cause a dent here. We've got so much preparation. We've got everything we possibly need." They definitely don't. They're changing things up. We know that. And for me, it's just like one of those tournaments that they'll give it everything they've got. I just want to make that clear. They're not coming in saying, "Oh, we definitely can't win," but they know it's very unlikely. Astralis, for them, it's the perfect opening game of the tournament. It's one of the maps they're expected to win. They're certainly not having the best of times recently. They want to make sure they win every single round and make a statement in the opening game in this tournament. So they won't be giving anything up here. They won't be taking their foot off the gas at any stage. But to answer your question, Cloud9, all they can really do is try their best and see whether some rounds come in their favor. Automatic has the AWP now, and I think that, to me, is one of the massive win conditions here. His AWP on its day is world-class. It has to step up.
We heard the analyst talking, Maniac. He was given the tough question of win conditions for Cloud9, and the only answer he had was the name Automatic. And ooh, actually, Rush finding a very strong first blood. dupreeh gone, and he's got his life. Only just...
Yeah, that was
scrap of HP.
That was in the apartments there, the one-on-one duel. It's a bit of a classic one. CT's got to be pretty brave to try to even challenge that, because remember, you're up against AKs there. You have an AUG, which can be one-tap potential, but only pretty much put the barrel down their throat. So to challenge that AK, you've got to be brave. I think he must have ever got dinged through the wall or spammed down. He's at 5 HP. So lucky to be alive, but he gets the opening kill. And will this be where Cloud9 get their first round on the board? 4 players for Astralis ready commits towards the B site.
They've tried all sorts of boosts. They've tried crossfires. This time it's Golden who's given the opportunity. Perhaps it's a Golden opportunity. We'll find out. Starting to encroach on the site. The issue is, as soon as you get one, you've got a good idea of where the second is. He's boosted, they say. Eyes on Nubox. Vice goes down with just one. They've got one to show for that investment. The bomb site completely taken over by Astralis. A scary retake. Automatic, though, there is no smoke. This is where the AWP could strike. He has an angle. Can't connect it. And that's Device making this round look almost said and done. Rush so low from the earliest exchange, and he's the last man left.
Yeah, such an unfortunate round. He worked hard to get that first kill on dupreeh as well. Anyone who's been watching Astralis for the last few years know that dupreeh's flight path on this map, go for apartments, head towards the boiler room. That's where he's going to be running his defaults. It was Rush that gets that first kill. And yes, you spotted that nice boost towards the banana side of the map. It's a great boost, but if you're a team like Astralis, you're pre-firing that. You're smoking coffins, you're smoking spawn, you're flashing over, and if you haven't Molotov new boxes, there's going to be a player checking it, right? Unless you're Molotoving it, you don't have to check it. But they definitely did, and unless you get that first kill and you drop down, you're buying time, that's when that boost works out. If they pre-fire the first dude and there's someone beneath him, unfortunately, they know exactly where the second guy is, and that's what happened. They drew a playing heads-up CS there, and it's not a crossfire, and that's what the B site, if you play those sort of setups, those sort of boosts, you have to hit your shots. If you're not on a crossfire, you can't play off each other. That can be very problematic, and Astralis just deal with it. No problem whatsoever. It's going to be 6-0 here on the T side of Inferno. Best of one. Opening game of the tournament for both of these teams, of course, and we are going to see a bit of investment here. I believe Rush is invested with the AUG. Remember, he saved the AK before, so it's a bit more money than his teammates. So he goes for the hero rifle. You normally see this on the T side, Alex, like an AK comes out around Tech 9s or CZs. Sure. That makes sense. He has more money than his teammates, so I suppose that's fine.
But it's going to be the nature of CT,
he
right?
Saved his story. He didn't invest this. He saved the AUG from the previous round. But my point is, I don't think it's enough to actually win around here.
On the T side, it makes sense. Spearhead of the assault. You're all
Yeah.
going in one direction. With the CTs, it's a gamble one way or the other. You have
Sure.
to just hope and pray that you can, with communication and just a little bit of luck, put that's the hardest hitting weapon where those Ts are coming. And I mean, there's always been action in Banana, and it is safe to say that Cloud9, they haven't been particularly proactive in gaining this Banana control.
The thing is, when you're against a team like Astralis, great name, by the way, a lot
okay.
of damage there. If you're against a team like Astralis, who kind of paved the way on how to play the Banana side of the map, it can be a very scary prospect to think, let's go challenge these guys. You know, every trick in the book and design this push. And especially if you haven't got any kind of resources in your back pocket, you haven't got money there, you haven't got all the grenades.
It's happening again.
It can be difficult.
Golden, if he catches this again, it's a different. They're stagnating the boost.
Yes.
Oh, I thought they were doing that. He was where he was there. Two times in one game. That would have been enough for him to slash quit.
Yeah, that's almost too much. But the good news is they have done reasonable damage to 3 players. That makes those CZs and Deagles. Like that Deagle, some of those players could be in one-shot potential. A nice chest shot towards the device, that could be enough. We will see how it goes down. Time ticking away. The bomb's down towards bottom and middle. And for now, Rush is actually at the top. They could still win this. I actually like the look of this round for Cloud9.
So he's got the indication that they're coming. He's going to be full blind off that one, but they do start to gather in Banana. They are so good at showing just enough presence to keep in there, but the rotate has happened.
Yep, 4 players there. Rush holding middle with the rifle. It's only pistols on the other side. They've already naded the boost, so they might not suspect Cajun B up here. Here they come, though. Full commitment now from Astralis. Time ticking away. First kill is theirs. The boost is a little bit problematic for them overall. Automatic brings one more back. They know exactly where he is. 10 seconds. Might seem like it's too close, but the bomb's going down. Rush is nowhere to be seen, and he does have a chance to win this. He's got the kit. No smoke, though. That really would have helped him out. If he has the smoke here, he can smoke Banana, at least focus on the bomb site. But now he's just got to hope that someone challenges him.
And Xyp9x gave him just a chance. The double flash, he's using that just to cover his steps as he charges, hoping he can have some degree of an element of surprise, and he does! Perfect use of the flash, perfect use of the speed, and now just one. He's got a good idea. Does he hold it? Does he fake it? He's trying to get in the head of Device, but already he started the walk, and too damn smart. He knew that Rush would think that there was an unsafe angle. Like he knew that there was a window, and starts the walk immediately.
It was his only chance of winning it, really. If he gets off that, Device knows exactly where he is with that difficult plant. Sure, it's not the best angle, but there's only one position the CT could be in, right? He has to hide in one corner. He goes with the full defuse. I don't mind it at all. Rush had to go for something, but Device, pro players have a mental time clock, right? When they hear that defuse come in, they're counting to 5. He comes around and swings, takes his shot like 4.5 seconds. He's done it absolutely perfect there. Really well played from Device. 7-0 and a round that felt so tantalizingly close. It's unfortunate, but unless you actually get the round on the board, it doesn't mean too much when Astralis knocking on the door $10,000 for Device.
A little bit more of an active Banana control. We talked about it, and the nades once again succeed. Device, he's bleeding internally. 9 points of health. That is a problem. He's going to be playing a bit of a backseat round now as they start to gather towards A, and it is going to be dupreeh. You said it. He is always in the boiler. Finds himself there again. Rush to receive. He's flashed off. Does throw a smoke in response, but Magisk could have got ahead of that. Chose not to.
Ooh, decent mid-control from Astralis. You could see Rush was considering the swing around, but the smoke will dissuade him. 1 minute remaining, and it looks like dupreeh might be left towards middle. They've had so much success towards B. Cloud9 trying to counteract that right now, Alex. They've actually got a bait set up now set towards B. So you can see a player right down at the bottom. That's going to be Vice, I believe. He's down there being baited in by Golden. Golden holds barrels. He'll fire off shots. He'll fight as much as he can, just so the attention is taken away from Vice if they do come in that position. Which it will do. Let's see how it works out for them. Oh, he's left them, though. That's a one-and-done position. Not even that.
Not even one.
So if you're going to set him up like that, you do need to bait him in the best you can. So Golden now, he'll be left alone, but he does have the incendiary. Round not done just yet. Still a 4-4 of HP in the favor of Cloud9. Golden
Gets
finally
away.
finding some frags.
He needed to get away. He needed to get another. He's done it. Can't find the third, but Xyp9x is there, and so is the bomb. 1 versus 3. It is where he does his very best work. He's going to get caught off by the timing, though. One coming from behind. Coffins, Banana. 2-1 split. If he finds this 1v1, he can't. Cajun's too quick, finds the head, and we have ourselves the first for Cloud9.
Former teammate Cajun B, the one to take him down. It was looking a bit scary for me. When Xyp9x gets the bomb down and they were isolated behind the
This
smoke, I
time.
thought if he kills Cajun, I thought, oh no, he's going to do it again. But it was 3 players surviving for Cloud9 there. A decent round. Golden had to step up. Like we said, that bait setup towards B, I really would have preferred it just to stay this 10 seconds longer would have been enough. But they obviously felt presence towards A. It left Vice with almost nothing to do there at the bottom. Unfortunate for him, Golden did what he could though. They win the round, so no harm, no foul. The problem is now they've got to reinvest in all those grenades. Vice down to almost nothing. Same story for Cajun B. Golden 1400, Rush 750. They need to win the next 2 rounds cleanly, Alex. It has to happen. Nothing else will do at this point.
It's interesting what you said to me as well about just Astralis not, they're here to prove a point. They have to pick up every single round.
Absolutely.
They want to look clean. They want to look back to their former glory. Vice, aggression rewarded on Banana. That's going to really throw a bit of a spanner in the works because it's always a late B presence. Then it's not necessarily always all guns blazing out of the gates, but perhaps Astralis will end up on A this time. Perhaps that's enough. dupreeh, Boiler, Frag. A familiar combination.
Absolutely. Automatic. I think he was trying to dodge a flashbang at that point, but not dodging bullets. Device will be taken down towards the apartments, but it's such a brawl here on the A side. Back and forth we go. dupreeh will take the advantage. Cajun B alone towards the apartments. Golden will rotate in. They've made a bit of a gamble here and left B bomb site completely open.
Cajun B, he can hear the steps. dupreeh had a knife in his hands and it's taken from him. Now all on to Cajun. Former teammate. I'd almost slipped my mind completely.
Exactly.
My goodness.
Oh,
He did a 1v1. That's the bomb. 44 seconds. A 1v1 versus Xyp9x.
Here we go. Massive advantage for Cajun B. I can't stress that enough. He has the bomb. He has no information. Xyp9x, that is, as to where he's heading. But of course, he walks into his crosshair. The Clutch Minister is stepping up once again. Cool as a cucumber, Alex. No problem at all. Didn't even have to work for it. Just walks in the boiler and finds the kill.
And just to put sprinkle some perspective on that,
Yeah.
you know how hard rounds have been so far. Like you've seen the strife they've gone through to pick up one.
Sure.
You're then in a situation where it's just a 1v1. It's an aim duel. It's a fight. And
Yeah.
the advantage is so firmly in your grasp. You've got the bomb and you know where he's coming from.
Yep.
Still, Xyp9x manages to take that 1v1 and do it so calmly.
So the smoke was down there, and he was like, right, bomb's down second middle, get ready for this. Just a great shot. Really unfortunate time of occasion. He didn't do anything wrong.
No.
He didn't make a mistake, just very fortunate. For Xyp9x, grenade damage is something we're going to talk about a lot in this Inferno game,
I
I'd
need
imagine.
utility damage stats now.
Indeed. And there is a rifle at the top there. It's Device battling them at the very top. But his Rush, he's got the 5-7. He's looking away for now. He's good for a couple of kills, it seems. Make it 3. This is massive from Rush. He's given them a lifeline in this round. It's a 2 versus 1. Magisk, the one to step out this time. He has got the bomb. Makes his way towards A. Clean plant coming through.
So it's Golden and Vice. The AK picked up by Magisk. He is low, though.
Problem is, Alex, Magisk is the A player, the A anchor for Astralis. This is his bread and butter. Holding this side of the map, he has no problem operating around here. So he'll go towards Boiler right now. Remember, they have no kits, no armor. They have a smoke, though. The best they can do is smoke the bomb, full defuse, and hope they can cover. That's going to be my call at this point. That's all they can really go for.
The fact that Magisk is dug so deep, he had so much time to reposition, he is going to be coming from short. They fake it, they fight it, and Golden thrives. That's going to be 2 for Cloud9. They need every single one.
Still
Wait,
gonna
there's
be
no kit. You
close.
did say no kit.
No, they've got it. It's okay. I was about to say that it's going to be a factor, but they've got it. If they would have lost that first kill, definitely done. Magisk could have toyed with that a little bit more, I'd say. But overall, still Cloud9 picking it up. It's their second. Sure, it was a good round to win, but there's still so much money for Astralis. They've got a full buy again. They've got the Krieg for Device, considered himself a scope-only player now. But this is great from Rush. 3 kills at a 5-7. It's a weapon that's having a bit of a resurgence. It was nerfed somewhat. The spam potential was reduced last year, but it seems like a few players now are really kind of showing it's still a viable weapon in the game. And Rush, 3 massive kills there.
Yeah, I mean, 20 bullets, close range, one-shot headshot. I mean, the list is pretty strong and pretty compelling. For the strengths of the 5-7, looks like we're going to be just getting that game sub back in just a moment, fixing all of those issues, getting those bugs out of the system. But Golden and Rush have thrown themselves a stack nade this time in favor of Cloud9. They've been on the receiving end of many so far here on Inferno. In fact, I had those utility damage stats for you, but at the moment, numbers do favor Cloud9. We'll see for how long. That's the banana control they've been looking for, and it is firmly held now by the North Americans.
It's nice to see them get that confidence at this stage, but it won't last for too long. dupreeh has been such a nuisance for them. He gets dinged in the process, but at least take down Rush. It's such an aggressive game from both sides. Automatic knows he has to push through a smoke to try and get a kill in their favor. Successfully does so. Cajunbee's pushing apartments here. There's a low HP player waiting for him. I feel like he's about to go down. Indeed, he will. Dupree, very patient, but still the advantage for Cloud9. Less than a minute remaining. Bombs at the bottom of B. If Zipex gets his kill on Vice, that could be it. That's going to be Dupree dropped, and Zipex waiting for his opportunity here. He knows what they're up to. If he gets this kill, it's done. But yeah, Vice, I think, spotted him. He gets the hell out of there. He doesn't want to be anything to do with that duel.
If Vice was just 5% more aggressive on that rotate, because he was thinking about it, he was trying to check it to back up for that last. There's a line of sight straight to Xyp9x getting a plant in a 1v2 with time to reposition. Now, it does feel like it's all said and done. He's got players pushing from behind, locked out with a smoke in front. Bullets connecting, and dies with a knife in his hand. A third for Cloud9, a necessity.
And they might have broken the bank as well. That's the first bit of good news Cloud9 have had in this entire map so far. This has been labored. This has been difficult. And it's going to be round 12. Astralis finally yield. They'll be taking, what, Deagle's armor. That's about it. Problem is, you've got some of the world's best Deagle players on this squad. Dupree, for me, stands out. Zipex can be dangerous. Magus Boy especially. Let's watch out for these guys. They're going to be finding a couple of kills this round. Luckily, there's only 2 Deagles. It'll be Magus and Dupree. So we'll see what they can do. Magus will opt for a bit of Kevlar. And as I mentioned it, Alex, that's what you've got to be careful of. He can do those sort of things.
Oh, and they're picking up the pace. They're charging. Rush, he's on short, but he's only going to find one. The rest are already on the way. Perhaps a little bit of a veggie wrap a la Cloud9. Saying that, Rush has shut down Dupree as well. Cajunbee, he's going to be able to have a bit of a pincer here. Comes from behind, does strike enough to find just the one, but they already start to get the bomb down. They've managed to make this a 2v3 after plant.
Yeah, Glaive up. He's got the AK-47. No, remember, no armor for him. They have a flashbang. Zipex with a Glock. And that's all they have now. I think that's going to be it.
Could not have been better. Lovely little nade onto the only threat. And Cloud9, they find 4. They're starting to pick up a little bit of speed here, and that's, of course, a bit of a freebie. I say freebie. Astralis didn't make it look free. And actually, while I have the scoreboard up, I'm going to read some of those utility stats. Admittedly, this is from the game. I'm not pinch of salt, perhaps, but I'm pretty sure this is legit. Device, 200 utility damage so far in this game. 166 for Glaive, 128 for Xyp9x. And actually, interestingly enough, similar numbers can be found for Cloud9. 244 for Vice. The B player makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. The B player throwing those HEs down there, and he'll be rushed with 151 after that round. So there we go. It's going to be a tactical timeout for the first time for Astralis on their T side. At this stage, I'm sure most of you diehard fans will be aware of this by now. Astralis on Inferno. T side, they've got 8 rounds to their name. They're feeling pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
They have said many times, Dupree, especially in a lot of interviews, will say they're used to a bad start. They're the team that they prefer to come back from a 5-0 deficit, grind their way back into it, get comfortable, and then have to really work for it. But this is a great start for them. They've already got 8 rounds. Anything at this point, I would say, is a bonus. If they get double digits, Cloud9 are in a lot of trouble. But if they convert it to 8-7, win the pistol in the second half, there's always a chance they can bring it back. Whether they will, I'm not sure, but there's some storylines for you.
It's a good point you raise as well. Astralis have made no secret of most of their flaws, most of their faults, at least most visible ones, are on their T side.
Yeah.
Specifically Mirage, but other maps as well. Cajun, that flash, a team flash, does force him off. Those nades we were talking about, once again, do favor Cloud9. Glaive got very little to work with for the rest of this round. Vice, an aggressive angle. He has to take these. He has to be proactive, and he's going for the fight. He wasn't expecting close, and now Golden's there to back him up. A second would be lovely. It's not going to be the case, though. The Danes, they've got themselves a nice little lead, and Automatic has arrived just in the nick of time to keep Banana under control.
So, if you're Astralis now, you know you've killed 2 players towards the B side. Rotation almost definite. It's going to be Automatic, and he knows he has to play heads-up Counter-Strike here. He can't just sit back on the bomb site. He needs intel. He needs a frag idea, and he gets it. Does he want to fade away? He does. I like this from Automatic. He stays for now. The bomb's down. He's actually done a really strong job. Glaive on the other side, though, outstays his welcome. I think he just assumed it was clear. I like the idea of getting 1 kill and falling back, funneling them towards a 2-man play towards A. That would have been great. But I guess he didn't feel like he had enough intel to really justify that.
You painted the picture perfectly, though, because now you could understand Automatic's decision-making. He immediately wanted to give them the absolute call, saying, yes, boys, you know, fortify A, they're on the way. Glaive, he just realized he had so much time to play with, he could linger. And, well, that linger gets him a frag. 8-4 is the score. Looking for the 9th now. Astralis, they've got themselves the bomb down with a man advantage.
have no more utility now, Alex. Rush and cajunB certainly capable of winning the round, but Rush will have to step up. He's had some big moments so far. This one will have to be absolutely massive. Bomb ticking away at some pace now. He has no idea who these last two players are. He can no longer defuse the bomb, just hoping to get a consolation frag. That's not going to happen. There we have it. It is going to be 9-4. Astralis bounce back. A nice sort of gambit from Cloud9 to push towards that B position. We noticed early on in the half, they didn't seem to be as confident in their ability to actually challenge towards B. This time, opening frag, they actually get an equal situation. It was looking good, but then that was the push. Automatic, low HP, as you mentioned, is trying to get definitive information as to whether they're going towards A or B. That was a brave call on 10 HP, the one he had, but I don't hate it. And it was just unfortunate. The Glaive, very, very good in Inferno. A specialist on this map was just waiting for the mistake.
And they did down to 16 points of health before any of those frags. He got 2. And look at this, aggression being rewarded. A Molotov frag as well as Magisk spray. That's the B defenders gone. cajunB, not automatic, is the first on the scene for this rotate now.
And they're still aware of him as well. They're spamming through this smoke.
90 seconds on the clock, and you've just lost both your B defenders. It's such an uphill struggle now. Cloud9, they're going to have some heroics.
Yeah, they really are. I'm not really sure what the call would be at this stage, like how you get yourself out of this position.
I mean, they're going to check this. They're going to spray it, right?
Is he still behind that?
He is. Listen.
I like it. Cajun, I like this a lot.
They surely check this. Someone is
I don't think they will.
Path. It's going to be one. He has to get out. No, going to find a second Magisk. He opened this round. He intends to close it. Automatic's in trouble as well. But look at Astralis' restraint. Catches one on the retreat. That's Magisk gone. Does throw a molly to give him a little bit of a chance to stabilize, but I think he's actually got a good read.
Yeah, this is looking fantastic. Really strong counter-strike here for Cloud9. This is what they had to do. You can still see, even with the perfect calls and setup, it might not be enough here, but Automatic's in position. I love this. 1 versus 1 now. Device versus Automatic. But Device challenges. Automatic couldn't have played that round better. He pulled out all the stops there. They made great mid-round calls. They were reacting to the defeats they were finding in the initial engagements. But still, it's just that difference, that 5% that Astralis seem to have over most teams. As soon as you feel like you've got them, they find a way out of it. They can fight their way out of almost every situation.
3v5. You lose 2 players, you manage to get it down to a 1v2.
Yeah, it was great.
You know where they're... A 1v1, I should correct myself. They really handled that well.
So see that repeat from Device. So he knew, the crossover. Automatic was trying to get towards quad and just really kind of bamboozle him while he had to go for the plant. Really nice idea, great effort, and he'll be gutted he didn't win it, but there it is, double digits for Astralis. And you can see the money, not fantastic on either side. Galil's, Mac 10s, UMPs, and an opening, I was about to say Deagle kill, would look good for Cajun, but it's dupreeh, again, getting his 13th kill in the apartments.
Taps his crouch key as he's showed his face for the first time. That click is going to be difficult. And now the numbers are going to continue just to collect for Astralis. It's the final round of the first half of our second game here on our first day for EPL Season 9 Finals. Just the one for Automatic CZ before he's shut down by Xyp9x's Mac 10.
Well, just the 2 players remain, Vice and Golden. And they're both towards A, to be fair, so you can't write this off fully. There is a chance that the pistols will deliver, but if you're Astralis, you've still got a boatload of utility, and you've got a bit of information now that at least one player's towards A. Do you want to commit to this? No. Get towards B. That's a really nice play. A lot of teams would be like, I don't want to use the word lazy, but they're just like, oh, it's just a pistol. Let's just get through. But there is a chance you open the floodgates there. They now know there's a player that's rotated from B. We know he's a B player. Let's get to the other side of the map. If Vice is towards A, you can pretty much guarantee B is going to be open. Nice work from Glaive. Good calls. And it's up to Golden now to win a 2-on-1. He's got a smoke and a Molotov, but he doesn't really have the time to work with them. He has to just jump through now and see if he can get a quick kill. And he knows it. He's trying to do anything. Every trick in the book here, Alex.
Trying to draw out fire, have a chance to see the tracer fire. Connect through the smoke. Now the Molotov's touching him down to 7. Smoke on top of it. All chances starting to dwindle now for Golden, and it's going to be dupreeh just to receive the 11th round. Astralis, what a spectacular half. That's the T half, need I remind you, and they're looking poised to collect this one.
They really are, and it's about what we expected. Cloud9 in turmoil right now. We're going to take a break and be back with the second half. Do not go anywhere.
one straight to my yard and have her up in my bed. Yup, 20 minutes I'm dead. I tell her okay leave, no Snapchat or back chat please. What color is your backpack? Yep, green. Tell your boyfriend he's a whack twat G. Shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Let's go. Army with me like Xerxes. Understand you can't hurt me. Got a couple dickies chilling in my room. We'll be shaking it like the twerk team. Lady, show me where them curves be. Curious, I'm not pervy. Honestly, you and your bestie could go and develop a new twerk scene like.
Turn my heart into something gold. No, I sold my soul to the devil long ago.
And so the story continues for Cloud9, a team in disarray facing the very best. Astralis 11-4 up at the half, going into the CT side of Inferno, the side they often thrive the most on, one of their most potent map picks. I am Machine, I'm joined by Henry G, and we're going straight back into the thick of it.
Oh, we really are, and it's not looking good for the North Americans, I have to say. They are going to find themselves in a spot of bother here. The pistol is an absolute must-win. They have one smoke, one HE, and we'll see if they want to head towards B off that. Zipex, he'll be finding out early if they are regardless. He's pushing down right down towards the bottom of middle here, and they are going to send 5 players towards B. They have one smoke for the CT cross, and Magis, Zipex coming in the back lines here. This makes things incredibly difficult to contain.
The patience of Magisk. He knew he only needed one. He took an additional second while he had someone staring straight into his eyes and managed to catch the player lining up the smoke towards Logs. Now just 2 remain. There was 4 members of Astralis in middle at the start of that round. It gives you a whole lot of power in dupreeh. Well, he's oozing power right now. 2 very quick frags with the USP to connect the round, and that is 12 now to 4. You said it was a must-win, and now the story gets dreary, now it gets bleak, but also positive. I mean, let's talk about Astralis for a moment, because this is a team, you said something to prove, but let's add some context to that, because this is a team that, just not long ago, 5-6 months ago, we would have said, we'd just start talking about semi-finals, we start talking about grand finals.
Unfortunately for them, and this is not something I subscribe to, it's they've gone from being the poster boys of CSGO to almost the villains in the last month or so, and they know it. Yeah. It's nothing to do with them specifically. There's a lot of drama outside the game, and I feel like it's affecting them mentally. I feel like that's obviously not the only reason they have skipped out on some big events. They maybe haven't had as much of a practice regimen you may expect, but they're not looking their best. But it's not like it's over. A lot of people say, "Oh, you'll never see them back. They're never going to perform again." Let's chill out and then see what they can do. And Automatic, he's doing something a little bit filthy towards middle. That's a lovely shot from him. But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later in a timeout. Maybe we'll kind of delve into it a bit further. But for now, 3 versus 3. Cloud9 making something of this. Remember, they got no armor here, Alex. They didn't really bring much
They had nothing. They had a Deagle for Automatic, and it was enough to find the entry. Xyp9x will shut down the low HP of Vice, and there's a second man right there, Golden, who will scavenge away his teammate's UMP. So it's a mental game, Counter-Strike, and Astralis' kind of performance is definitely testament to that. It's not just about your capability of putting your head, or putting your let me get this right. The crosshair on the head and clicking. That's the words I was trying to say. But they start to regroup. Cloud9, they really haven't got anything. They're juggling this one UMP. It's their golden ticket to a potential 5th round. Bomb in the hands of Cajun as well. Golden, he is going to be the bait. Take note, kids. This is a 19 HP Glock looking for info. It didn't quite bear fruit. It will be double for dupreeh. Same as the round prior. A little double from Dupe to bring them number 13.
Well, this is where the game comes to a head. If Cloud9 are going to have a chance of pulling this one back, it has to start right here, right now. They cannot afford to give up any more rounds at this stage of the game. They took the full eco in the previous round, so they could have AKs right here. They're 13-4 down. They're not going to take the timeout, at least not yet, and confirm they're not going to. 5 AKs, or distinct lack of utility as well. Rush with just a Molotov and the smokes. Same story for Golden as well. This could be a very difficult round for them as Device brings out that infamous AWP, and this is one of his most spectacular maps. It really suits his playstyle. You can be dynamic, you can be assertive, you can be aggressive, you can do all of it. As look at the damage that's being done, but there's a bit more. That's more like it from Vice. He gets right up towards the top of that half wall. Double kill for him, and Astralis are known for this. They should be saving at this stage. They don't necessarily need to go for this round at all. Majors will at least rotate over and see what's available to them. That might change their mind. It's cajunb trying to lurk out of the apartment. So,
oh, if he was to pull the trigger. 3 on the site already. Bomb's gonna actually, that's gonna tag Automatic down again. Magix finishes it off. That's Golden down. Now 3v3. Vice and Automatic, they're low as well. They could go for this. You said, yeah, typically Astralis would choose to save, and they are all still gathering around the A site. Now they've taken Rush down from behind enemy lines. There are kits present. I say that with a pinch of salt. No kit available. And I guess this is just a contained procedure. They're going to concede the round and just try and make it as costly for the North Americans as possible.
we'll see. They are both locked in towards Emo here. It's a bit of a classic setup, but you're right. At least everyone will be going down in the blast at this point. It's Majors taking one down, but they haven't suspected Automatic there as well. So you're right. They get all the kills there, and I feel like 2 players should survive. Actually, all 3 of them. So that's not bad at all. They give the round up. And like I said, Astralis are a team known when they give up those sort of plays at the start, when they give up 2 frags, they would normally just turtle up on the bomb site. They find cajunb backstabbing from the apartment position, and that's the cue. They said they might as well go for it, might as well see what damage can be done. They take all 5 players down, keep 3 up themselves, and they've got a 13-5 scoreline. Look how it affects Cloud9 going forward, Alex. They have 4 Galils and a MAC-10 to try and stay alive in this best of one.
After winning a round.
After winning the previous round. That's why it's so valuable just to go for those last few kills. If one of them survives, they wouldn't be in such a difficult spot, but all 5 go down, and that means $3,500 per player. Automatic, he'll go in first, but Zipex waiting. He'll be at the sandbags, guns him down with the UMP, and it's just an absolute bloodbath here at the top of B. Zipex will be taken down in due course. Same story for Mages, but there is one more player waiting for them. That is going to be Glaive. He's so strong on the B bomb side. If he ever gets to play it, you'll see some fireworks go off. And he's only got the UMP, but a great smoke to buy some time. Reposition can happen here. And Cloud9 shouldn't be committing anytime soon. You can see the bomb right down there at T-steps. So they're going to have trust in Glaive and to say, you hold that by yourself, aim for 1 kill, Device and dupreeh. That's where the firepower is, the heavy artillery, the AWP and the AK-47. If they do end up there, those boys will be able to handle it.
Now, what cue did these 2 receive? Because both of them are starting to barrel towards B. Device and dupreeh. Is it a gamble? Was there something Glaive heard? He heard steps running away from Banana, but he did turn back. It was Golden who kind of looked a little indecisive. Now the smokes are raining in towards B. Still no commitment with that bomb.
This is what we call a gamble stack, I suppose. They know they've lost 2 kills towards B, so the natural inclination, I guess, from Cloud9 at this point, let's finish up there. They probably have 1 player there. If Astralis do let the bomb get planted towards A, that could be an issue.
Info. Look at Rush.
But Device is there. He's in library. He seems to be aware of this. He's got him. Oh, not quite, but he knows. Does he know?
He's moving like he does. And that's going to be enough. Dude, that's twice now. Rush has been caught off by this Device rotate every time.
So Device now needs to go towards library. If he can get to library before they get to quad, he actually has a shot. There it is. That's the play we need to see. Oh, the timing. 9 seconds. Can he deny the plan? It's not the low HP player, so it's not going to happen. But a 3-on-2 winnable round for Cloud9. Galil, AK, 1 flashbang, and a 3 versus 2 now.
Vice, he's low, but he can still do damage. He's already found 2 in this round. We can kind of just count him out. Cajun is the linchpin. He has a flashbang and a Galil. These sacrifices they had to make because of Astralis' hunting could come back to haunt them. That's a fight he has to win on Glaive. Quick adjustment, and they do go down to just 1. dupreeh, he's got the kit. But he doesn't have too much time. He doesn't have the fights, and he is going to be backing out of this one. Cloud9, a necessity once again. They need to start closing this gap. Perhaps a little cleaner than that, but they'll take anything they can. 3 from Vice, and a huge performance from a player that we haven't really been talking too much about.
Absolutely true. what the future holds for him with the current rumors of Cloud9
Absolutely.
yet to be seen, but wants to put himself in the shop window and show he can frag with the best of them. That was a really strong round from him. 3 kills in total. A difficult post-plant situation as well. 3 versus 2. You got a Galil. One player absolutely the walking wounded there with 4 HP. They win the round. They actually shut the Astralis cash down here as well. And this is where things got very interesting. The exchange of grenades running through the flames. That's Vice down to just 24 HP at the very start of the round. Finished off on 3 kills. Force buy of sorts.
Astralis force buying.
So we've got the Dupree AK-47 from the previous round. You've got P250, CZs, a shotgun. They haven't gone all in. Zipex still has 1700, but they've got enough to win a round here. The shotgun, it's one of those weapons. If you get that 1 kill, you're normally going to steal away a rifle, and that's when the round turns on its head.
Let's see how Cloud9 intend to pick this round up. Similar strategy of just poking and prodding without a commitment of the bomb. Nade, evade from Device. Things hit a standstill. First contact does look likely to be on B, and Dupree so poised for that. He's just taking the fight in the open. He knows he's got to do something special. He's the only real, solid weapon on his side, and so takes the fight rather actively, and it's rewarded. Now Cloud9, they start to set their sights towards the A site. They haven't even got brackets yet. They're yet to clear these corners.
This is such a scary round. You know, a player like Dupree's got an AK. You've lost that first pick. You don't really have much left. Automatic's already been tagged up as well. You have almost 0 map control. You've got a bit of middle, but it's smoked off towards Arch. You don't know what resides on the other side there.
You've got to spend 10 seconds clearing Banana again.
Yep, and they now have to execute. They do have the utility to Molotov new boxes, coffins, and CT spawn, but there is a boosted player. Zipex, luckily for them, only has the P250, but that sort of position, I'd say it's good for 1 frag. Nice bait work from Dupree. Is it enough, though? We'll see. Zipex needs to find now 2 kills to stand a chance of winning the round, and surely they're going to check it. First is his. You're not going to find many with the P250, but he's done well
How
to
is he
get
alive?
1.5. Yeah.
How is he alive? Glaive finishes what Zipnik started. 8 seconds. Where's that bomb? It needs to be planted. Rush is the one doing just that. Cajun B in the meantime does the dirty. Glaive down. 2v3. It actually kind of favors Cloud9 at this point. Rush is going to get himself into a prime position to catch more than 1. And that's the start. Device gone. 2v2 now. They're still locked out on construction. The smoke's still there. Majeski could go for a risky walk through it. Cajun's there holding the support. Start to regroup. They haven't got the weapons for this fight. They shouldn't have the weapons for this fight, as I hear a dink and rushes down to 3. And, well, Zipnix finishes it. Now close quarters to Max 7. He flies around the corner. Not far off, but Cloud9 gets 7.
They absolutely do, Alex.
Whew.
It wasn't pretty,
My goodness.
but they got there in the end, and that's all that counts. And remember, that wasn't the Force from Astralis, but they did invest a lot. So there we have it. It's going to be 13-7. Cloud9 will keep themselves in it for now, but you can still see it doesn't look comfortable over there. You're not seeing the hugs, the fist bumps coming through. It's just a sigh of relief at that point. It's like, okay, we've won that round.
We did it.
We should be up against an eco now. Let's hope we can have a cleaner one here, because Cajun B had to dig so deep to get that final kill. And P250s, 5.7s, no armor apart from Zipex, who gets Kevlar and the CZ. So looking for 8 rounds here. Cloud9 shouldn't be an issue.
I'm loving the different colored Molotovs on the map. I haven't seen that before. That's gorgeous. So CT's flames are blue.
Let me check that out.
Yeah, this is, so that the orange one, that's your default T-molly.
I like
and
that a lot.
incendiaries are blue.
That's something I've been
Isn't that
asking
cool?
for
Look,
years.
check it out. Look, here you go. Oh, there's a smoke. Damn you. Keep your eyes for the blue flame, but I like that. That's smart.
That is a very good point. Always evolving. Always just kind of changing little things like that makes the viewing experience that much better. We are going to see Dupree in his position towards the boiler room. Rush gets his head plucked off by Dupree. That's not bad at all. He is a little bit deadly with that deagle, Alex.
I mean, that's ballsy, right? You hear him, you know he's got a better weapon than you, and you swing in with a 1 click of your mouse. It's a heavy investment and a player gone now from Cloud9.
Well then, it all comes to a standstill for now, but Cloud9 have got arch control. This is the perfect play from them, considering the setup of Astralis. Yeah, it's a nice crossfire, but Mages can do nothing from that. He's not getting a kill towards Library from that position. He'll do what he can, but a little bit of damage is about it. And lovely stuff there from Cloud9. Well held, not so much panic at all, making sure they pincer the bomb site together, they get the information, hit the shots, nothing too technical required, and that's going to be round in their favor. Absolutely so. I don't see a world where this goes against them. Zipex and Device, they'll be holding towards the arch side. Glaive T-spawn, they're just looking for any sort of exit frags they can get at this stage.
I mean, an LAK would certainly not go amiss. Into the next, their money's far from comfortable. Automatic, he's hunting for Xyp9x. He wants an extra bit of $300 in his back pocket and does do just that. Glaive's the last man standing. He's at T-steps. He's probably going to be meeting Vice's AK in a couple of seconds' time. At what point do I start saying Cloud9 closing the gap? When can I start saying they're closing the gap?
I normally say, Alex, the rule of thumb is double digits, we can start talking about a comeback. So until that moment, we kind of maintain the storyline that Astralis are just waiting to close this out, but we get to 13-10, that's when you can start bringing in your storyline.
Yeah,
you can start bringing all that gravitas from the desk. You can start bringing that all in.
Great, I'm excited.
We'll get a soundtrack over the back. You could do a monologue and everything.
I'd like that.
There you go.
Oh,
here it comes.
And so, Cloud9, they called an important timeout. It was time to fight or flight. Rounds 8 to 13. I mean, that gap is so small for Astralis. Your margin for error is already out of the window.
Exactly.
And on the T side as well, it can spiral so quickly. If just one member of this Danish powerhouse decides to take a fight early, you lose it. That's a scary disadvantage to overcome.
It absolutely is, Alex. This is where Cloud9 will have to prove themselves. Nothing to lose this event. They want to show that this team can still compete with the big names. We get into round number 22. It's a full buy on either side. Device brings out his iconic AWP. Up against the 5 AKs here of Cloud9. Fast approach from Golden once again, this time punished by Glaive. And if you're a CT player, an opening pick like that taking no damage, get the hell out of there. You're happy with it. You don't need to fight anymore. The battle is essentially over, but they still want more. It's going to be Device who gets that kill towards the boiler room, I believe, as they get a 5-on-3 and heavy damage inflicted towards Automatic and Vice.
This is very big from Rush, though. He sees the smoke, catches the fight before the smoke plumed. Gives him a way out as well. Numbers still favor Astralis, though, thanks to Device's handiwork. He is gone now, or lying on the ground idle. And they start to gather towards mid. Rushy was the first on the scene. Hasn't gathered too much ground since, though. Currently held by Magisk, with dupreeh picking up his teammates' orb. Where did that bullet come from? Spot of damage doesn't distract him, though, as much as it did me, and Rush does get the trade. That's a big start. Automatic, he's present as well with the bomb.
Now you got Magisk, who is one of, or I would say, the best pit player in the game right now. This is the final boss of the A-bomb, so you got to try and get him out of position. Everyone knows where he plays, but it doesn't seem to matter. His org work is absolutely stellar. He's done enough there just to take the aggro for his teammates. He gets that very important, really strong shot as well, I have to say, towards Graveyard. Once he gets that, his teammates can all swing out, and I really don't feel like I'm going over the top there. Magisk in pit is so impressive. You watch some of his demos, the way he plays that spot is just second to none.
And if any of you, kind of wince at the idea of being the best at a particular position,
sure,
I implore you to try and play it. You realize just how difficult it is to truly have impact on pit. Everyone's checking pit, everyone's nading pit, everyone's looking at pit. It's one of your priority, T-side clears. And to be able to find multi-kills regularly, especially when it's an expectation of your opponent, is a skill. And it's something
exactly. I've made it to play Broken Wall almost every single round and get away with it. Olofmeister is doing great work in that spot as well.
Another name I'd throw in the ring.
Absolutely. There's so many players. And Twist, that's one final one.
There we go.
Those are the big heavy hitters in that position. It's not easy.
A certain skill set required. cajunB, that's an important first frag. Sure, he paid the price, and Rush, well, he's played the ultimate one. He's out. And he may be forced to watch as the 15th is on the board for his opponents. Cajun's already tagged. He did manage to find 2, though. dupreeh falls. Xyp9x to trade on to Golden. Ooh, Vice has gone on a bit of a scouting mission here.
He's actually managed to break through the initial choke point at least. This kill is very important with the gap in the smoke. That smoke, unfortunately, at pro level, you see that way too often. The smoke, it just looks like it's such a dead deal. But as soon as you do have that one small gap, it can cost you the round because you're not aware of it until you cross. Bomb to be planted at least. 3 versus 2. Backstab coming in from the bottom of B. I think that's Device with the AWP, and indeed it is. He watches towards the barrels, but cajunB's positioned himself perfectly. Lovely shot as well.
I like the idea from that. The Molotov was going to give Glaive sound cues to wallbang through that road, through the stained glass. Didn't connect, now a 2v2.
Both players towards the banana position. Is there a smoke for the CTs? Absolutely not. If there was, that's a guaranteed round in my book. But now cajunB, he can fight a little bit more, and it's up to Automatic, AK in hand. One of these players will have to defuse with the kit. That'll be Xyp9x. Low HP Glaive to defend. I don't think they can do this. Automatic should be able to win this, no problem. Oh no, he's let it go away.
Long. Oh, it was just 2 seconds. That is a real shame. Glaive, he had the low HP. He wanted to try and keep Automatic busy, gets the frag, and just a little wider than he anticipated for the defuse.
You're absolutely right. It felt like as soon as he got that first kill, the low HP players, it looked like it was done just 1 second.
If there was a flowchart for his thought process, it's check bomb. It's not where I expected. He's probably pushing me. So that little bit of hesitation.
So you can plant, obviously, directly on the coffins, and maybe that was the angle he was suspecting. You could just get the instant peek, and yes, you're right. It was just
he crouched,
a quarter of a second. It cost him to swing out a little bit further, and that was it. It was too much, and that's the danger point now. It's going to be Cloud9 with 7 map points ahead of them. So they've got MAC-10s, 3 AKs here. Unfortunately, it's just a matter of time, I would say, at this stage until Astralis close it out. But if they can break the money now, somehow, there's still a conversation to be had that can take us to overtime.
I like the aggression from Vice, unfazed by the importance of the round, and he gets it relatively painlessly. That's a B defender gone. You can see immediately Device springs to life. He's on the rotate. Does have the Org on his back for this one. 3 Orgs and the FAMAS for Magisk. C9, though, with this early frag, didn't necessarily choose to push too much. Oof, decoy scares me. 2-2 split for the CTs. Not a whisper on Inferno.
It's very quiet, isn't it? Almost haunting. 40 seconds. Bomb's still down. Remember, with 35 seconds here, Alex, the bomb's in underpass. Now, that's a problem in itself. You're getting great map control here. Golden will go back and retrieve, but the time he does and gets towards middle, time will be a very massive factor of this round. 20 seconds at this point. Magisk and dupreeh both holding the pit once again.
This is the primo headshot angle from dupreeh being held. He's going to have to adapt. He wants to play the time now. He realizes 15 seconds. Survival is all that matters. He's being pushed, though. Cajun, being a hero, once again, double kills. The bomb will go down in time. And the 2 CTs, they're scarpering. Xyp9x, he's out of there. He's going to try and keep hold of his weapon, because things are going to start getting a little bit scary if Cloud9 build a bank, right? I mean, the realistic check boxes for a comeback is they start to build a load of money, load of Skrilla, and go on this delightful little spree. Not losing weapons, clean rounds. Scary.
They can justify this push as well. They know Astralis saved 2 rifles. There's a chance they can win the next round. They want to remove this Org from Xyp9x. And looks like they've done enough here. Maybe not quite. It's not a huge deal. But still, they really want to take him down just because they know if they do force around his Org next round, they're still going to have a lot of problems just to fully reinvest in this round. Remember, for winning a round in CSGO with the bomb explosion, it's $3,500 per player. You had 3 players at 0 there. So it's going to be Rush, Automatic, getting $3,500 each. That's enough for what, like an AK armor. You're going to have to get some drops in there as well, so they can juggle the money around. It will be fine, but there's going to be compromises here, and we'll see what those are as we get into the next round. They might want to take a timer here just to fully explore all the options. So it's not too bad. Okay. Yeah. So with the Org being brought in as well, it's actually pretty decent for them. And you can see Astralis, they invest again into this one. Not fully, they save themselves about $600 per player. They've got the Org, the CZs, they want that first kill. Xyp9x and Magisk pushing through, and it's going to be a double kill in their favor. One goes against them, and it's dupreeh looking to close this out right here, right now. 3 versus 2. Rush and Cajun B to hold on.
Magisk did not let go of W, just charging, wanted his one and got it. Caught off guard from a very speedy Dane. Now Rush and Cajun to keep Cloud9's hopes of this best of 1 win.
Oh, if Device just gets 1 kill here, all bets are off, round's over. But they've got the bomb down, and now they'll be aware of that prospect.
A trifecta of threat, though. Looking to retake this one. A nice little Molotov will keep Device locked in towards balcony. Cajun B's hungry for info. He wants to just paint a little bit of a picture of where they're coming from. Now Device shows. That's info. 1 of 3 has been called, and now we do see the swing. Glaive trying to get the CZ frag. It's going to be all onto Cajun. He's got to do more. It's not enough. Device, patience prevails. Astralis prevail, and the Danes are off to the best of 3, staying in the upper bracket.
Well, there we have it. 16-9 will be your final scoreline there. Just confirm the bomb will be defused. A little bit touch and go there, but it's absolutely fine. Astralis, a pretty dominant performance there, but shout out to Cloud9. They did not go down without a fight there, Alex. They were swinging until the very end. They made it a respectable scoreline as well against Astralis on Inferno. 16-9, not the end of the world, and they showed character.